Hi Balve! So I told you I was going to make a specific video this week, but I'm not going to. I'm going to make this other one about grades in the United States. Because as we both know, France is different from the United States. And I don't know how China is, but I'm interested in having you tell me. I think you already know how grades are formatted here, but just to be sure, I'm going to talk about it. Because currently, as it stands, every grade I've gotten back in grad school so far is an A. However, I think that's going to change today. So I figured I'd celebrate while I can. The way most grading scales my entire life in elementary school, middle school, and high school were set up like this. So A is the best, then B, then C, then D, and then we skip E, and we have F. And if you get this percentage of things correct, you get that grade. So for example, if your test has 10 questions and you get 9 correct, that's 90%. If it has 20 questions and you get 19 correct, that's 95%. So, an A. And that's how everything's figured out here in the United States, for the most part. Every now and then things are just pass or fail. Typically, from my experience in college, you have to get a C or higher. In grad school, I have to get a B or higher. In elementary school, in high school and all that, I'm pretty sure I just needed a D or higher. F is failing. Now, in my experience in college, this chart isn't always the one that's used. One of my professors now in grad school, and I also had him in undergrad, uses a different scale. It looks like this. So it's a little bit easier. He thinks it's ridiculous that the F range is so big. And he also makes it harder to get an A, because he thinks that not everyone should get one. And so he grades a lot stricter, which is why his ranges are larger. His class is actually the only one I don't currently have 100% in. I've got a 92.5. Now for professors to be able to use other formats like this, all they need to do is make sure that it's clear and stated in their syllabus at the beginning of the semester. They can use whatever grading scale they'd like, as long as they explain it to us and we understand it at the very beginning of the class. However, everyone I've ever had in a class, except for him, uses this standard one that we talked about earlier. So how do grades work in China? Is it on a 1 to 20 scale like France? Probably not, because France is weird. I still don't understand it. I don't get it. Is it on a percentage scale where you just get a percent? Is there a letter that's associated with different percentages? How does China do it? Bye. Why me?